Good morning, everyone. I'm Tyrone Krieger, a software developer from the Netherlands and founder of CodeGlass. And I'm here today with Joost, one of my developers that brings CodeGlass to Julia, and Leo for the CodeGlass for Julia program. So you have heard CodeGlass now many times before in naming, but what is it? Well, since we are here, we probably all love Julia and wrote some code for it, and probably also wrote some code that did not work like we expected. And I have this problem since I started developing software since 11, that I write software, but it didn't do what I wanted it to do. And I spent some time figuring out what the problem was. And at my part-time job, when I was in university, I really had a bug from hell scenario. We spent weeks as a team to figure out which line of code was causing the application to misbehave, all while the customer was furious that the application kept crashing. And and in that time, we were allowed to buy any tools that could help for this problem, from profilers, debuggers, diagnostics, observability tools, and they were all good in telling me what has happened. Well, to put it in comparison, it is good to know that there is an accident on an intersection, but what we really want to know is why did it happen and how did it happen, so we can prevent it from ever happening again. But those tools didn't tell me that. And then I started to think about like a flight data recorder of an airplane that in simple allows you to replay the flights without having to fly it, so to figure out why and how it happened. But and if I could do that for code, so see the flight my code took, I also could figure out why and how it happened. But it baffled me that such a system didn't exist. So I asked my professor, and he said it wouldn't also be possible, but he couldn't tell me why. So I decided for my thesis to find out why it wouldn't be possible like everyone expected. Unexpectedly, the answer was, it was just really hard to make. A system that can record and replay every line, every execution, every allocation that your application did. A system that then could tell you the why and how, because you have all the causality of everything that happened in your application. We even brought it so far that it doesn't require any change from your side. No changes to your source code. We don't need even access to it. And for those who doesn't like command line, it has even a full user interface. So why are we here? This is because last year a company asked us if we could bring this technology to Julia. Due to the recording, I'm not allowed to say the name, but they are active in the community, and they are also here today. And they insisted that this technology shouldn't keep only at that company, because it is already very powerful in what it can do. So while maybe a new face to any other here available today, I would like to change that, because we like to help. We like to help fix things. And have the opportunity here to talk to as many people as possible, to learn about your experience and how we might be able to help. We also create an early access program for this technology, so that you have a chance to start using it today or your company. So far, we focused the technology most on these four parts. And with this group in that program, we are specializing these tools. For example, they asked us, hey, dynamic dispatches, can you just filter out these from this trace data? So we did, and enhanced it with this data to also make it easier to remove those that are needed. But much more is possible with this technology, that's flight data recording technology. Um, and and part of this, and if you're part of this program, you also get to decide what are we going to build next. One company, for example, asked us if we could not make a full debugger with it, enhanced with this flight data information to make one powerful than I can even imagine, or they could imagine. And as a developer, I agreed. I got even a bit giddy about it, but let's stay on topic. So we are also curious to learn if this is something more of you are looking for, or if this technology could help in other ways. And together with you and with those companies, we want to specialize and shape the roadmap for CodeGlass for Julia. I thank you for your time. We have a table. You probably saw our banners. And I love to talk more about and how it works. Please free to reach out. And if you have any questions, and if you are interested in joining that program. Also, Joost and I are really geeks and love to talk about a lot of other things as well. And if you are an executive, Leo is more your guy. Thank you for your time.
How does CodeGlass compare to GDB's RR?
It's easier to show, but it really maps back directly to your Julia code. You can just and see the lines and every statistic of every line, how many allocations, but not on this function is slow. No, it is slow in this sequence of events when it's called from this function, but not from this function, and it's allocating a lot of money only in this flow, not in the other one. That's probably also RR re-executes your code. You said RR, right? Or I see you looking. What our debugger would do, do it from a trace. So no actual execution happens again. And this data you can just save to a file and run on another machine. So even if you, for example, you have exotic hardware, you could debug this problem of your normal machine that can't even run this process. You can just replay what happened and really dig into it. So that's probably a big difference. But I do not have experience in every tool. But does it answer your question? Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, maybe I have one. So right now you're especially focused on towards companies, I guess, not really towards individual developers.
More so, yes, but we also have space for individual developers in this program. It's just that we would like to take as much information as possible, and companies already filter out, bring, like you can have a conversation with 10 people and have 10 inputs, and with a company you have the input of all those people in that company. So it's just somewhat easier to manage for us, but we're totally open for also individual developers who like to contribute and like to help us help you help Julia forward.